These modern collectibles are a multi-million-dollar industry, with very rare or special individual toys sometimes selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. What makes these toys so special, so desirable that people want to collect them and pay huge amounts of money for them?
And how is this trend linked to this 17th century woman?
Welcome to Is This Art, where we take a closer look at pop culture and try to answer the age-old question, is this art?
People have been collecting stuff ever since they started building houses. Collectibles that have been increasingly popular over the last decades are toys. Not any random toys, but special merchandising for Hollywood blockbusters. For collectors, these toys are not to play with. They are meant to be kept in the original packaging and displayed in special cases. These collectors go as far as turning their homes into mini museums. Star Wars, one of the biggest movie franchises of all time, released their first movie, A New Hope, in the late 70s.
May the Force be with you in Star Wars.
With this release, toy collecting really hit off. Star Wars and its creator George Lucas had, and still has, a very successful merchandising strategy. Some of the original toys are now worth thousands. Take this rocket-firing Boba Fett figure, for example. The original figure supposedly was able to shoot his missile. However, the manufacturer quickly realized how dangerous this was, so they glued the missile to his backpack. This makes the original rocket-firing Boba Fett so desirable. It's extremely rare. For real collectors, the commercial value is not why they would start their collection, just like in the art world. Their personal connection with the particular movie or toy is always leading. That's the difference between collectors and traders. Collectors collect. Traders trade. Besides Star Wars, there are many other popular toys to collect. Barbies and G.I. Joes are other famous examples. The popularity of the new Marvel movies also contributes to this collecting craze. For movie franchises, especially in the superhero genre, merchandising is one of the most important sources of income. However, for collectors and traders alike, rarity of a specific toy is very important. Hence, why limited editions are frequently part of merchandising strategies.
1+6 Marvel Avengers Limited Edition, an Amazon exclusive.
Over the last couple of hundred years, not much has changed. People love to collect. Now, and in the past. There's one particular collecting craze from the past that stands out and is most easily comparable with the ones today.
Dollhouses.
No, not these kind of dollhouses. We're talking about these dollhouses. What we see here are not products of fantasy. These were replicas of real houses. They actually reproduced scaled versions of their actual houses. When we look closer and explore the different rooms of the house, we see high levels of craftsmanship. Only the best artists and craftsmen were assigned to work on these dollhouses. Miniature crafting became a profession in itself. As a consequence, some dollhouses were more expensive than actual canal houses. One of the most famous dollhouses in the world is this one, from the collection of the Rijksmuseum. The dollhouse of Petronella Ortman. She was a very wealthy woman in 17th century Amsterdam, who lived in one of the most expensive streets of the city. All the contents were made with authentic materials, and the proportions are exactly correct. Just like the toys of collectors today, this dollhouse was not to play with. Still, the only authentic doll to survive is the baby in this chair. There used to be more than 20 dolls in this house, but most of them have gotten lost. Now, let's explore the room some more. This is a dining parlor. The large cabinet contains tiny porcelain that Petronella ordered from China and Japan. The room above it is the reception room, the most important room of the house, with paintings by famous Dutch landscape painter Nicolaas Pimont. They even got a dice game ready for the guests to play. Houses like this, in real life, of course came with personnel. Their working areas are featured as well. Here we see the kitchen and linen room with copper irons, to scale, and made from the same material as their full-size counterparts. You know how collectors can talk about their collection for hours?
Well, back then,
This was the ultimate conversation piece, and it was partially made to awe all that gazed upon it.
Mainly the other rich ladies from the neighborhood. Why does Star Wars have an impact on so many people, and why are people willing to pay so much money for these items? Maybe we collect because our collections are actually an extension of ourselves. We put a little bit of ourselves in each of these objects, and in return, the objects become a part of who we are or who we want to be. Perhaps that is what Petronella Ortmann did in the 17th century as well, which makes it a little less crazy. Right? But is this art? We'll let you decide. Let us know whether you think toys or collectibles are art or not, and let us know your suggestions for future episodes of Is This Art? Thanks for watching.